Welcome to Wild Bills Breaks. Way back Wednesday, we've got 93 Leaf Series 2. I just love the look of this set. There's nothing huge to pull from this box. There are a few inserts. The update series has, out of 3,500, I believe it is, Frank Thomas autographs, who is the poster boy here for this box. I think the most expensive base card we'll find in Series 2 is Ken Griffey Jr. Don't believe there are any parallels. There are some Leaf rookies we can go after. I believe there's a Chipper Jones that we'll want to try and find. And let's get a ripping. So, again, we're looking at 93. So we're still dealing with the big box of cards. Let's see where the count is on this box. There it is, 36. Seemed to be the go-to back in the day. It was 36 cards, or 36 packs, rather. And it was right when cards started to look really nice. You had 92 Ultra Upper Deck. You know, we're no longer just the pieces of cardboard anymore. I had some slick glossy designs to some of these. As you can see, we'll have a little bit of trouble with cards sticking together. Well, that's what good waffles do, stick together. Oh man, is that going to be the whole thing? There's Jose Rio. Sticking. Eddie Taubensee, Willie Banks. The old school Reds uniforms. Pinstripe hat. I got some kind of insert in here. There's Dion, I believe. Yep, Dion. There's McGuire. Kirk Gibson. What do we got here? George Brett. Heading for the Hall. Seems about right. At least from that year. We can see the, I believe this was the first Leaf set to have the Marlins and Rockies included in it. Love the way back Wednesdays, the never-ending pile of junk wax. Pat Lestache, another one of those what happened to those dudes. There's Tommy Glavine. Nito Santiago, Marlins. Another Marlins card. Beige, who has his son playing now. There's a lot of second generation talent. Of course, it didn't start, you know, with this era. You had the current era, I should say, you know, with the Griffey Juniors. There's one of the Frank Thomas cards inserts throughout. Just has some kind of one-word label there, highlighting his prowess. But second generation stars, Leaf Gold rookie Kevin Rogers. Really doing much for us. You had your Griffies, you had your Boones, you had Bonds. Nowadays you have, well, then you had, in between you had your Fielders. Now you got your Vlad Jr., Nando, you got Biggio, you got Holiday. Just seems like such a tremendous advantage to breaking into the bigs when your dad had already done that. There's Kirby Puckett. Especially if you're a junior, your name's already out there. And the usual show of the crazy children is going on. Speaking of juniors, you got mine doing God knows what. What do we got here? We got a Clemens heading to the hall. Did they know now what we know? Did they know then what we know now? I don't think they quite knew yet. There's Cal. Jose with his Rangers digs. Of course, that was when the best home run of all time happened, where the ball bounced off his head and went into the stands and was ruled a home run as he was out in the outfield. Pitcher was none too happy with him on that one. But there's a highlight reel for decades to come. Hibbard. As I said, love the design of these cards. You got the gold foil and then the Leaf set stamp there. You got the little hollow team logo on the back with the player in the foreground and pictures of the city they play for in the background. And the marbling on either side. It's a great looking set of cards. It's just a shame that there's nobody big. You know, you're not really chasing anyone in this set. And we're already starting to see doubles. There's Boggs. It's Chris Sabo, I believe. Had gone to the Orioles. And might also be in the update set. So they had Leaf Series 1, Series 2, and update as far as hobby boxes went. And then they also had jumbo packs, which had some of their own exclusives. That you couldn't get in the hobby, I believe. Some serial numbered cards, which, you know, you saw back then. They weren't quite new, but they weren't widespread. Donruss Elite, throwing those out there. There's Ryan Sandberg. Dante Bichette, Bo Bichette's father. On the Rockies, first Rockies card. There's Eric Davis on the Dodgers, former Red. Another Boggs in there. Like 2 Boggs in the same pack, or what? Boggs had gone to the Yankees by that point. There's Mr. Perfect Tom Browning. Rest in peace. In '93, I believe, was when the Mariners switched up their logo. I am, of course, off camera. You can't see me wearing the gold S on the blue background cap that they wore from, it was like 80, 89 to 92, something like that. In '93, they switched to the logo that they've more or less kept to this day. Rod Beck looking mean. Beige again. Stick cards, you can hear them. Some better than others, some worse. Sandberg again. There's JT Snow. Another what happened to him guy. Bip Roberts, very fast on the base path. Reds player. What do we do when we hear the magic word? Scream real loud. The magic word never stops. There's Paul O'Neill, who, as a Yankee, once had to catch a home run ball in his cap. Maybe confusing that with the Seinfeld episode. 2 home runs in the same game for the special needs kid in the hospital. Somehow Kramer was involved, and then I think they ruled what was originally an in the parker as a triple with an error, and the kid wouldn't give him the signed Yankees team Yankees autographs, I think, and yeah, somehow George was involved and ended up screwing his boss over because his boss didn't get to sign it because it was then framed after that. Only in the world of Seinfeld. Let's see if I can get a Screeching Kids filter for my videos here. You just, press it, and you can still hear me and, background noise, but Screeching Kid noise has been removed. Everybody's being loud. Father-in-law's down there. There's Paul O'Neill again. Wade Boggs. Yankees starting another one of their stretches of dominance. Not long after Boggs joined, just dominating the postseason and winning several World Series there. What did they win? 96, 98, 99, and 2000, I believe it was. Just heaven on earth for anyone from New York, but for the rest of us, I think we all just got tired of it. There's I don't think any other team will ever see that kind of dynasty or success. How many titles do they have now? They hit 30? Kind of lost track of. There's Bonds. Kind of lost track of how many they had when I wasn't, doing cards and whatnot for a while. No, my my daughter isn't being skewered down there. She just wants her mom. And as my wife is currently playing video games, that's not happening. So hence the screeching. She's her mother's daughter. Only wants mama. The 4th pass on Biggio, I think, there. Kind of glad when there's another Cal. When the subset explosion, took off, it eventually, kind of watered everything down because then everybody was doing it, and then there were just seemingly too many. Then it seemed like the subsets and inserts died down. only to come back in the greatest numbers you've ever seen. Parallels of subsets and even further derived down to, autographs, relics. Hard to tell if that was stuck. Ugh. Who's that? Mike Stanton. Of course, while the Yankees were dominating the American League, Braves were doing the same in the National in the 90s. Kirby Puckett. Evan Mitchell. Fourth or fifth Tino Martinez. We haven't gotten to Griffey yet. There's Ricky Henderson. Oof. Sheffield, I believe, had gone to the Marlins by the time that card had been printed. Or was getting close to going there. I think he was part of that 97 World Series team. And of course, the Marlins sold everybody away the next year. And would do the same thing again come 2003 into 2004. Winning another World Series. That's what probably overshadowed the World Series in 2003 was the NLCS against the Cubs with the infamous Bartman grab. Bartman gets a lot of flack for his involvement in that, but he was not the first person to touch the ball. But rather the last one, so more or less got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. And boy, did they ever throw him under the bus. That was Reggie Sanders. Took the Cubs another, what? Was it 13 years before they finally came back and won? Like 2016. At least those are happier noises she's making now. Really going to have to look into soundproofing the basement. Well, the eventual basement, not the dungeon we have right now. I'm never going down there again. Gotta open it once in a while for the furnace tech, and that's it. Weiss. Buzz Smith. Still have yet to see the Griffey here. The Reggie Sanders, the Forgotten Sanders. He and Dion played for a short time together on the Reds. Probably got like 3 Griffies already, but they've all been stuck to some other card. And I just haven't noticed. There's our 27th Paul O'Neill there. It's always funny how you can the same cards over and over, and yet, you know, not get some or get one of somebody. It's Bobby Bonilla in the Mets uniform for that checklist. Chili Davis. And we're getting down to the bottom of the box here. First open, it doesn't seem like it has bottom. It's just bottomless. Back-to-back Braves there, Ronnie Gant and Greg Maddux. Edgar Martinez, there's a Mariner. One we haven't had yet. Randy Johnson. Paul O'Neill again. I think we saw a Cecil Fielder in there, didn't we? Yep. Prince is dead. Not Prince, but Prince Fielder, the other enormous MLB first baseman. So there's supposed to be, I can't remember if it's on Netflix or what it is. Spawns again. Documentary of why the Expos. Hey, there's the Chipper Jones Gold Leaf. So that's probably the best pull, best possible pull we can get. Gold Leaf rookies. Why the Expos left Montreal after 2004, and then of course became the Nationals the next season, 2005. That should be interesting. And it was, I know, towards the end there, attendance had, woohoo! Attendance had really hit an abysmal level. There was maybe only 1,000 people going to, you know, games, and the Expos had like a historic season in '94. Probably would have easily made, you know, the playoffs, most likely the World Series. Then of course the strike came along and they were just never the same. Bonds again. Maybe the Griffey wasn't in this set. I feel like it's just Randy Johnson. Too unlikely to have not gotten it out of this many cards. Alright, here's our last pack. And nothing doing in there. So, easily the best card, the Chipper Jones Gold Leaf rookie right there. The rest all being base cards. Junk Wax can be a fun rip, but yeah, I feel the modern cards, you're just getting a little more excitement there. There's Ripken leaping there. Maddux. think we had an insert towards the beginning, if I remember correctly. Not the Clemens. There's a Thomas. So the Thomas and the chipper there. The George Brett heading for the Hall insert. And, you know, no real rookies or anything else of note there. But yeah, that's Leaf 93. Beautiful set, if nothing else. Up there with, you know, Studio, Upper Deck, and Ultra, Flare. A lot of sets that they, you know, stopped making long ago. But, yeah, as usual, thanks for joining us. And I'll do Super Saturday here. Really uncertain as to what. Maybe I'll have found some 2024 mega boxes by then. I don't know. If not, I may need to hit the hobby shop, or we'll do some more way back. We'll find out. All right, everyone. Have a good rest of your Wednesday, and we'll see you next time.